I'm Miriam Lindmeier, and I was the president of the Democratic Club of the Santa Rita area, DCSRA, for 2014, 2015, and 2016. And while I was president, the board and I had some goals, and I'd like to tell you about what those goals were and some of the ways that we tried to implement those goals. One of the most important things to me in having our headquarters, which was very important to us, was the ability to welcome Democrats in our community, a place where Democrats would feel wonderful in Green Valley and Sarita. So we had headquarters open a lot. We had, whenever we had any kind of events, we tried to have a social time as well. Receptions, Sherry Moreau helped me a lot with receptions, and we had great food, we had good drinks, and time for people to mingle and get to know each other after whatever programs or events we had. We also, during that time frame, had discussion group, which is still continuing. When we started, our headquarters was next to CVS, and our discussion group outgrew headquarters, so we moved from that. Along with our lease, we get the upstairs room, and we used that for a larger discussion group that sometimes was 20 people, sometimes was 40, and we even went as much as 60 or 65 people sometimes. And it was a safe place for Democrats to gather and talk and, frankly, form a lot of friendships. And one of those friendships really paid off for DCSRA because one of our wonderful discussion members, Ted, he told me he was really good friends with John Nichols. And John Nichols was coming to the Tucson Book Festival that year. And Ted contacted him because they had been neighbors. And John, as part of his Tucson Book Festival trip, came down and we were able to get him to talk to us at DCSRA. It was rather informal. We charged a pittance, raised a little bit of money, and all absolutely loved him. And John fell in love with us too. So we got a national speaker who had been a consultant on MSNBC during those years, and editor of the Nation magazine, several newspapers in his community. He's been coming to the Tucson Book Festival thereafter, and he always happily came with his mother and helped us fundraise, raise some money for our club, and we got the advantage of hearing a different perspective because of one of our wonderful members who helped us get John for free. So we got a lot of opportunities for fundraising through that event. The second goal that we had was to inform and support Democratic candidates and also ballot issues. So we would have programs, and we did something really special, I think. I'm really proud of that, and I think our board is too. In 2014 and in 2016, we had major candidate events where we had all of the candidates running for state and federal office that we could vote for came down in 2014 to Amato, and in 2016 to Tubac, that wonderful little mission by the Tubac Golf Resort. And all of them spoke. We got to hear everybody. It was for free, and afterwards it was optional for people to pay, which earned us a little money, to have a social event after the fact. So we supported candidates that way through programs, through forums, through a lot of ways. And by doing so, we were able to contribute the maximum amount that at that time the feds and the states allowed. So we gave as much as, I think, $14,000 to our candidates based on just having these kind of events, which was a great way to support them. The third and fourth goals that we had were voter registration, signing people up for Pebbles, and get out the vote. And we had the coordinated campaign come into our headquarters and work with our volunteers. We got great training. Joyce McGlaston was our headquarters coordinator. And I think we as a community did a really good job on those goals. We also had some special projects, if you'll remember. We had the homeless vets that Peggy Pierce ran, where we raised both money and got furniture for homeless vets. We gave books to Tucson. Our little community gathered more than everybody in Tucson and around Tucson, books for a school in Tucson that had an empty library. So we do a lot of, the club does a lot of special projects, wonderful things that help the community, as well as working for Democrats and doing wonderful things. And I was always so grateful that we had our headquarters there, because all of the things we accomplished, we were able to accomplish because of our headquarters, the room we got upstairs that moved into the discussion group and the programs. I love our club. I think our club does wonderful things. And I was just absolutely delighted that I was able to be president of DCSRA. And I hope you all stay engaged and work hard and keep the wonderful work everybody's always done for this club going, and keep our community engaged with the kind of really good values and good goals that we have. In conclusion, I want to remind us all what we all already know, how important this election year is, and how you and friends and family and neighbors come get involved. Get really involved with DCSRA. There are a lot of things we can do without having to go to specific meetings and do specific things. There are things you can do that will really help. We've got to elect Democrats this year. You know this. So don't let us down. Get involved, help. We need you.